In this video, I'm going to show you how to export the graphical application from your external machine, your external Linux box, to your local desktop. In this scenario, I will be using my local machine, which is a macOS, but you should be able to achieve the similar behavior when using a Microsoft Windows box or even Linux. With Linux, I can tell you for sure it is easier, but let's see today how to do this for macOS. So let's go to the video. Basically, the main purpose of this video is something like this. Let's suppose that I have my remote server. This is my remote machine. Let me connect. And this is a rel 10, as you can see over here. Okay. And then let's suppose that I have one graphical application and xterm. I don't believe I do have xterm over here. So let's install this real quick. Install xterm. -y to be quick. So basically, if we take a look, this is installing xterm application, and this is also installing a lot of graphical dependencies, libx11, so all of them. There you go. Now we have our application, the graphical application, and anytime that I try to run, I have this problem because I cannot open the display. In Linux, as I mentioned before, this is easier because I can do some additional steps like export, display, and then I can set the IP address of my machine, but there are some additional configuration. I'm going to create another video. Let me know down below in the comments if you like to see this video for Linux specifically, but I know that there is one thing over here. If we take a look on the SSH main page, and search by -x in uppercase, we can enable X11 forwarding. And also there is this XY. So enable trusted X11 forwarding. So basically, one thing that I can do here is this, SSH-X, logging on my remote machine. Okay, this is weird because now I'm stuck over here. I can see some problem, maybe it is happening. Is this a name resolution? No, I don't think so. Let me do this. Let me open a second terminal. Let me connect here without the -x. And we can see that we are able to connect real quick. Let me try with the -y. Okay, I was able to log in. We can see some information. X11 forwarding request fail on channel 0. And if I try xterm, again, I cannot see this information. I cannot see the screen on my end. So what is the simple way to fix this? Can I do something on my Linux side and then this is going to work on my macOS side? In fact, we have to do both things. So let's start by our Mac. So I need one X server on the Mac side, which is XQuartz Z, this application. So basically you can download this package, you can install this package in your macOS, and after that you will be able to have this one up and running. This will be running like the background, and this will be the X server running on your macOS. This is the macOS side of things. Let me come back to this one and do one more thing here, because there is one more package that is necessary over here. So we can do a DNF search. I don't remember the name of the package, no problem. It is something related to xalf. This is the one. So let me do this, DNF install xorg x11 xalf. This is going to install this package on this machine. This is on the client. And then let me get out, logging back, using -y because -y was working. I need to type my correct password and then xterm. And look at that. Now I cannot see that error anymore. However, I cannot see the xterm as well. So the missing part here is the X server running on my local desktop. So let me propose that we download this one and install. So we can just click over here, download the package, save this locally. We have this package. Let's do a double click. You should be able to see this warning, like this package will run a program to determine if the software can be installed to keep your compute secure, blah, 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 blah. So basically this is telling you, hey, I don't trust this package. If you would like to continue, then yes, it's up to you. This is the installer of XQuartz. So let's click continue. Definitely you can read the whole information, read the license agreement. I read already, so yeah. To continue installing this software, you must agree. So do you agree? If not, you can stop and this is not going to work for you. But if you agree, you're okay. You can move it on. And then let's hit install. This is going to ask you for your password. Let me put my bar over here. And now you can see this icon at the bottom. This is the XQuartz Z or XQuartz. And it's still installing, but check this out. Look that beauty. Now we can already see the terminal from that machine. There you go. This was installed successfully. Would like to move this package to trash? Yes. So let me close this one. We can just minimize this browser now because we don't need it. Let me show some stuff here. This is pretty simple. If you do a right click, you can see some options, terminal, some customization or configuration that you can do. But yeah, it is not necessary to change anything here. Just keep this one. If you close this one, what will happen is anytime that you execute that command to invoke something, that is gonna invoke this application for you. See, XQuartz is here, and then we should be able to see the terminal in a sequence. Exactly like this. And believe me, this is running on that machine. This is not a terminal that I have on my local machine. Let me close this one. Let me move my bar to the bottom just to remove from this screen. And you can see that now the X worked. Let's try again. So this is logging easily now because now I have my X server running on my local desktop. So anytime that I would like to execute something, I can pass a -X. This is going to avoid that export display, blah, blah, blah. This is pretty cool. And if I run xterm over here, this is going to work pretty similar to the one at the bottom as well, as we can see here. So Wally, can I run multiple terminals? Yes. See, this is not running on background. My terminal here is stuck. If I Control C that terminal, that's gonna close the one on the top. So let me close this one at the bottom. Let me bump the size here. Let me do this. I'm gonna run this on background. And then we can see our first terminal. And then I can play with that terminal as well. Let me run 2 more. Is that gonna work? Yes, because we can see they have different process ID. And then there you go. I can see all of them over here. Can I change my configuration for this terminal? Definitely yes. So let me keep all of them here. And if I go to my xterm, the manual page, I can see a lot of things that we can do over here. We can change the font size, the color. We can change a lot of stuff. So let me get a command that I prepared before. So basically this is the xterm call. I'm changing the font, I'm changing the font size, I'm changing the background color and the foreground color. And again, if I run like this is not putting on the background. You can see that my terminal, it's still over there, locked. And then everything here is black now. But if I Control C this one, yeah, bonus time, I can type Control Z. Anytime that I type Control Z, you can see that my terminal here is not responding anymore because that process is stopped. Can I put this one working again? Yeah, so let me do like this and then we can see. Check the terminal. If I type here BG and press enter, what will happen is this process is gonna go to background. And see, now I have my process again available and I can play with this terminal. Meanwhile, I can have this one available for any other task as well. Good tip, huh? Totally deserves your subscription. Let me do one more thing here. Let me put this one yellow, and now I will put a background. So this is gonna open a second terminal. We can see over here, and now this is yellow. So basically, if I run top, we can see this is yellow. If I see this one, this is green, and that's it. Now I'm able to export any application I wish. Like again, this machine was a brand new machine, Rel 10. The only things that I installed over here was xterm, because the xterm is the application, the graphical application I would like to see. I can use any other application, graphical application. And another package that was installed was the xalf, this one. This is really necessary if you would like to create this configuration or this setup in order to work. And on the Mac side of things, we just install the XQuartz. Okay, can I start this one from XQuartz as well? Definitely I can. So check this out. I have my terminal here. I can open one terminal, and this terminal is of XQuartz. And from here, I should be able to do something like SSH-Y or -X. Let me pick the IP address of this machine. So root at 192.168.86.239. Then I will authenticate. Let me close all of them, all those terminals that we opened over here, just to avoid some confusion. And I can put my bar at the bottom as well. So now I have this terminal connected to that specific machine, and this is running on my local desktop. Now, if I just execute xterm, it will be very, very similar to before. So this is gonna spin up that terminal on my local machine. If I pass some commands, passing the parameters, for example, let me try to copy this one and eventually paste over here, yes. So what will happen is this is gonna act in the same way as the one on the top, because this is gonna open another terminal with that configuration, bringing back to me on my local desktop, the graphical application. So if you have any Linux application that is graphical, if you have any third-party application that is graphical, you don't need to install to deploy the whole graphical interface on your server. You can just deploy that application, the dependencies, and then you can export this one to your local machine, and there you go. This is gonna work in the same way. So Wally, what you're saying is with this install, I can connect to any machine, can be this machine or any other machine that is running a graphical interface application, and execute this application on my local machine. See this graphical application? Yes. In this machine, we can deploy different application, graphic application. We did a test with the xterm, but let me show you this. Let me open, and this is on my local machine, this second terminal. I will connect to another machine. This one is running on my local environment, SRV01. Note that I'm not passing any parameter, so just SSH root at SRV01, and that's okay. I have virt-manager or virtual machine manager running on this machine. So if I try to execute, look at that. This is failing. I cannot open the display. And this is expected. So remember, I mentioned to pass -X or -Y. So this is the way that I run all the time. So if my XQuartz is running, it will still running. Let me quit this one and show you. If I don't have that running, anytime that I pass my -X, this is gonna enforce that my XQuartz is running on my local machine. Let me put this back at the bottom. And now if I type virt-manager, let's see what will happen. See, those are the servers that I have connected, the clients, different servers. That one specifically is this guy over here, SRV01. And then there you go. I have all the visibility, all the access to this graphical application just by exporting the display. I can see, I can interact, I can do all the chains, but I don't need the X on that specific server. Like this machine over here is just a CLI. There is no X install or any X server run on that machine. I have just the application. The application was deployed. I'm able to call this application and see the application on my local desktop. Pretty cool, huh? Totally deserves your thumbs up. All right, there is no more secrets over here. We can definitely close this one. I believe the main point that I would like to bring your attention is this. XQuartz is the X server that should be running on your desktop. And for the client side, what you will need is definitely this package, xalf, just this one, xorg-x11-xalf. This is the only thing that you need on this client specifically in order to export your display to your local desktop. Pretty cool one. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is one amazing topic, very useful because many times you need to export this graphical application and you need to test, you need to try, you need to do different things. So yeah, this is definitely one easy way to put your macOS able to receive those requests and open those windows and play around with your tool as well. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel. Also, don't forget to join us in our Discord channel. We will be glad to have you around. Also, let me know down below in the comments if you're already using something similar, and also if you like to see this configuration for Linux to Linux. I would love to hear that from you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.